Yeah.
Let's go. Shadowcraft.
Okay.
Tempest of the Gods, Shadowcraft.
I think this card's really good.
Yeah, you want to pronounce that name for me?
Ekta.
Okay, that sounds good.
Not each tar.
Each star.
I want to say Ektar just because it sounds cooler, but yeah, it could be Ishtar.
Yeah,
I
you're
don't know.
definitely right. Necromancy 3, make a 2/2. Repeat.
So basically, if you have 9, it makes 3.
And then they all become 5/2s with a rush.
4 twos.
4/2s, sorry. Yeah.
But it also gives not just the zombies, all other.
Right. Well, I mean, you're probably not gonna have anything else though, right?
Could.
I mean, it's turn 10, maybe you play a 3 drop or something, but yeah. So
I'm
a
a big
lot
fan
of
of this
the
card.
yeah, like you do end up sometimes with a big necromancy pool on the later turns.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you do have 9 necromancy and you make 3/4/2 rushes along with a 5/6,
Yeah.
yeah, that is a lot of power.
This is some payoff. This is payoff, man. This is like Shadow was lacking that, right? Or the necromancy archetype was lacking like a big payoff card, right? The only thing they had was like the tyrant.
Tyrant.
Yeah, way
Yeah.
too costly.
But this is like a fucking
This is
this
better
is
than that, kind
this is
of.
better than that. This is much better than that card. And this card is like I can totally see decks being built around this card. This card I think is
Yeah. I mean, you don't even have to build around it, honestly.
no,
Like
it's
you
just like a
get
bomb.
necromancy by itself, even if you don't play necromancy
This card's a
cards.
bomb. This
Yeah.
card I don't know. I was talking on Reddit to some people. Some kids said that this was like a win more card, and I'm like, come on, man. This is not a win more card. This is like a
This is a board clear.
this is like a fucking powerful effect.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, feeling it for sure. It's
I think
not it doesn't have last words though. So, I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know if Nef decks can play this, but
No, see the thing is, I think this is a separate deck from the Nef deck.
yeah.
This is like a demon lord deck. You know what I mean? You just play like shadows. You play like a bunch of creatures that give shadow, and then you just like the thing is, Death Breath is still good in this card. Like you should probably still play Kawi. You probably still play Mordecai, and you just play this card with like a bunch of like
Really good value. It's a lot of power in
a
one
lot.
card.
It's a lot of stuff for one card.
Yeah.
I think this card can
Like
be
you're
one of
setting
like
it up with Spartois and soldiers, like
you know
it's your turn 2 and 3, and yeah, it's good.
yeah. I'm pretty sold on this card. I'm pretty sure this card's like gonna be a big deal in the next
Yeah,
format.
as long as you can survive the early aggro, this is a real beating.
Yeah, man, you got Spartois, no problem.
This card though, I'm curious about this card. Tyrant. Tyrant combo.
Tyrant combo.
Turn 9, right? You play this in Tyrant, you're good. Or is it turn 10?
How much
Tyrant
does
6
Tyrant
effect.
cost again? 6. Wow, it actually. So, turn 10 hit for 13 to face, huh? Is that is that the combo?
So it's like Albert.
It seems like this is lined up exactly to provide that.
Right?
Yeah.
Yep,
I
seems
mean,
good.
if this card somehow survives from the previous turn, you can fill up your board with zombies too.
Yeah.
Uh, what other powerful necromancy effects are there?
Like Death Breath. Um,
Yeah, Death's Breath.
Charon is not bad. Charon, Charon, the thing that gives a lich when you evolve it.
Okay. Oh, this is turn 4 into turn 5. That could be good.
Yeah. I like it. I just like the space that it can give for, you know, I like the creative space that it provides for.
I mean, you definitely play Tyrant if you play this card, right?
Yeah, and it's extraordinarily well costed for the ability.
Yeah.
It's very conditional ability though. But yeah, because like Breath is also 6 mana, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You play this and Breath.
it's just very well. It's calculated, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
Okay.
I just like the design space that you know people can play with it, you know. Like I don't know everything off the top of my head, but I think that this can open up a lot of room for, you know, Shadowcraft mains.
Yeah. Maybe not a 3 of. I'm thinking.
Maybe probably not a 3 of, but yeah,
Probably not
I
a
just
3 of.
yeah,
Okay.
I like it.
Yeah.
This card. This card's a lot of stats.
What's a
Okay,
white?
What's the 2/1, I think, for 2?
Is that...
Yeah, this thing, that thing.
Oh, it hits face.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh wait, I actually have that ability as well.
The White King is the 3/4 Bane taunt, right?
Yeah, with Shadow, yeah. The 3/4. So you get a 3/4 in your hand, and it makes it 0. This card is good.
I mean, if it can do the damage to the enemy leader as well on death, like that's very relevant.
I think this card's very.
Have two of them in play
This card's
too.
really good. Yeah. And you get that in your hand for free.
Wow. Yeah. So 0 mana, 4/5 Ward Bane, probably. I mean, turn 7,
Yeah.
you probably have Necromancy 4 available, right? So,
Yeah.
dear.
Bars out a ton of stats.
So, I mean, you could just play that straight away, right? So,
Yeah. You
so
can just- you
turn
can
7, you have a 4/5, a
Two
2/1,
2/1s.
a 2/1, and a 4/5
Yeah.
Ward Bane. Jeez. So this thing's a whole board in a card,
Yeah.
and not.
Well, this is a last word. It's not fanfare. It's last word.
Oh yeah,
This
yeah,
thing
yeah,
has to
yeah.
die first.
Right. So it's not. You can't play it straight away.
But very, very powerful card, I think.
Yep.
7 mana. I mean, 7 mana is Cowie for a Nef deck. So
This would be 7 mana for the Shadow deck, right? For the Necromancy deck.
I mean, is this in most situations is this better than Cowie?
I think I would put it on the same level as Cowie, if not a little bit.
It's like
better.
more aggressive than Cowie, but less
aggressive.
less defensive. Right?
Yeah.
Like you don't get the heal. That's the problem.
But you get a board, a big board.
But Cowie kills 2 creatures. Like at least.
If they don't play around it, like you could just trade a 5/4 into Cowie and then you don't get anything.
Yeah.
Things I feel like those Nef decks are really situated to be played super defensively. Like they don't go on offense very often. Like
Yeah.
they're very So this
This is
kind
more of an aggro kind of deck.
like it's more it's
If you're playing an F
it's-
deck, definitely Cowie. But
This card is it's a different dimension. It actually
I mean,
like a different
it has last words.
yeah
So like you could play the White King if you get it off Nef, right?
yeah.
So
So this card
It's not, which is not. I mean, it's a ward, right?
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the time when you're playing Neff, you're hoping to clear his board because you're in trouble and get a
But you
heal
play-
off Cowie. But like putting a
But
ward
then
down
again,
is good
there
too.
is that lightning blast too now, right? With Runecarft?
Well, yeah. I mean, you gotta worry about that still. But that's only one
That's
class.
strong against both Mortal Pain and Cowie.
Yeah, but that's 10 mana, and it's only one class. So
No,
you
it's
can't-
only 6, right? Or 7?
six only hits one. 10 hits everything.
Yeah.
This card, I think this card is.
It's definitely not weak. I mean, a White King is nothing to slouch at for 0.
Yeah.
That's yeah, seems pretty good.
Yeah.
You'd probably have to choose which deck to play it in, I think.
Yeah. I like that's what I like. I like that kind of design. I
Yeah,
like
it's really nice to have this kind of option.
Yeah.
Because I mean, right now you put Cowie in, right?
You put Cowie, but now you have to like choose
Yeah.
between Thane or Cowie, and
Yeah.
it'll affect how you build the rest of your deck. And I really like that.
And it's interesting because it's like it straddles the Shadow deck and the Neff deck. Because it's like you could argue for playing it in both.
Yeah.
So it's pretty interesting.
I really like the design.
Okay, 4 mana amulet, countdown 2. At the end of your turn, put a random Shadowcraft follower that costs less than your total number of play point orbs from your deck into play, then destroy it.
Like mini Neff. Kind of.
So you pull something from your deck that costs less, not equal to, right?
Yeah, less than what you have. So if you
Than
play
your
this,
current-
you can get an attendant or a merchant corpse.
And then you blow it up. Okay, so you
Yeah.
can get a Lich, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what you're aiming for.
Or you can play it later and you can get like Mordecai. I don't know.
Because it's not available play point orbs.
No, it's total
right?
number. Yeah. So if you play this on like 8, you could there's a chance you get a Mordecai or a Kali.
And it also triggers twice, right? Over 2 turns.
Yeah. I don't know. It seems a little expensive.
Very interesting card. A mini
Yeah.
Neff. Huh. Yeah, the problem is you're struggling so hard for tempo in the beginning.
I could see this as like a one of, just to like. Maybe I wouldn't play 3 of this card, but I could totally see this as like a one of, just to like an extra of that effect. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the thing is you can also just draw blank, like grab your Unica out. And nobody wants that.
It's a Shadowcraft follower, so it can't be Unica.
Oh, okay. Shadowcraft
But you-
follower.
So you want to play this in the last word deck, and
So you can get your Widow, which would be okay, I guess. Or
get your Attendant.
you don't want to get your
Corpse.
Spartois though.
You don't want to get your Spartois.
Lurching
Spartois not bad,
Corpse
you get
is
Shadow.
yeah, but you don't really.
Yeah, it's not
want
ideal.
that. Lurching Corpse is pretty hit or miss, honestly.
But yeah,
Yeah, it feels a little bit too hit or miss.
Yeah,
I kind of wish it
it's-
was from the highest cost down.
well then we
Something
just
like
always
that.
get like if you played it.
Yeah,
right,
you
just
could
always get
guarantee a Mordecai or something. That would be really strong.
But yeah, the thing is you get 2 of that, right? So it's not.
2 of them. Yeah.
But
The thing is,
expensive.
you're struggling so hard to just stay alive on turn 4 is the problem.
Yeah, it's a bit expensive.
You're
tempo-wise.
you really want to be playing, like your Necro Assassin or something, right? In
Mhm.
turn 4. And like this, if you get a Lich, sure, great, but it's not like you can evolve it or something. It's just like a raw 4/4, right? It's gonna get evolve removed like pretty easily on turn 4, right? Yeah, it's a really cool idea to have to benefit that Nef deck with like an earlier Nef kind of thing, but it just feels too slow when you need to actually be playing something that keeps you alive, right?
And now you're the Shadow Man. You're the one who knows. This I like this card too. This is another good Shadow Necromancy payoff card.
Oh, interesting.
And evolved.
I like having other
follower.
2-drops because there's not a lot of choices right now.
And this one,
Necromancy 4 is pretty expensive.
you just
But
play
it is-
Minth.
It's
So
nice
Minth-
that it does this without having to evolve.
Yeah.
It is. Necromancy 4. I mean, you're looking at like a turn 5 or 6 play to get that Necromancy, right?
Yeah.
So he probably will have something evolved in play. So this is like that Swordcraft card that kills a damaged thing, right?
That's a Dragoncraft card. It's
Oh,
sick.
you mean Sickbreed? Yeah.
Oh, Dragoncraft. Yeah. I mean it, because he has an evolved follower. It's always gonna be damaged, right? So it's basically just that, right?
Yeah.
Which is not terrible. I mean, is it
Big
better
big
than
tempo.
Unica? Actually, probably, yeah. It's probably
Yeah.
better than Unica. Because Unica, usually you don't get the effect, so it's just a white 2/2.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I would probably replace Unica with this.
Cool.
Yep,
The problem
seems
the
good.
problem is that it wrecks your breath, right?
That's why you go play with Minth, the legendary that makes your necromancies cost nothing.
Yeah. But like a lot of times that breath saves your life on turn 6, right? And if you spend all your necromancy, you spend this necromancy 4, you're not going to get your breath off unless you
But
play.
this can provide you some tempo, right? So maybe the breath isn't so critical. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if
And-
you kill the evolve, you can like kill something and then evolve this and kill the other thing, and it's just like that's pretty decent tempo swing for you.
It also matters how many like soldiers you play, right?
Bonsoir.
I mean,
think- And it's just a 2-drop if it's not, you know, it's still like a
like
low-cost
this
two-drop.
sergeant, right? Like I don't
Yeah.
usually play this sergeant.
You might have to now.
You might have to if you play this guy.
Yeah.
And I
You might
mean,
even-
it might pay off really well, right?
You might
Like
have to play the burial grounds too.
maybe, but I mean, yeah, because if you can assassinate something, like a strong thing, because it's an evolved thing, right? You're.
Yeah.
I feel like you have this in hand. You're always gonna get value off it around turn 4, 5, 6. There's always
Yeah.
gonna be an evolved
Yeah.
follower, so
Yeah.
it's pretty consistent. And if you can muster up enough shadows to get this off and a breath off, like back to back, like you're gonna be in really good position for that game, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, could
Pretty
definitely be
solid
something
card.
there. You got to build around it though.
Yeah.
Definitely take out the Unicas. Like I was playing Healing Angel a little bit too. You can't play that. You got to play like Sergeants and Svartois, like all of them probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one's interesting too. I think this card is really cool for the last word deck. This gives you another
Right. So it's another Necro effect,
yeah,
like an Assassin effect,
another outlet.
which is really nice to have those effects.
This expensive is big, man. 6-7. Was it
Jeff, your
8,
mic
9?
is getting kind of bad.
Wrong with it.
staticky.
Static.
Weird.
Okay.
Like you always want more outlets, right?
You do, but the problem is in the Neff deck you don't play any 5-drop followers, and that's a big deal because of the way Neff works. If you limit the amount of different mana cost followers you play, you have a higher chance of getting Mordecai out when you play Neff. That's why I don't play Goblin Mount. I mean, honestly, Goblin Mount is better than this, isn't it? Because Goblin Mount also gives you the Lich. And
Sure.
and it's ward. And it's got more health. So like just the fact that this costs 5, like if this had less stats and it cost 4, then you could definitely play it instead of Necro Assassin. But because you don't play any 5-cost followers, then this doesn't really have a place.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
I mean, it's really good, like a 6/7, right?
Yeah, without an evolve, right? If you kill your like Hell's Unleasher, and then you get a 6/7, and you can evolve it for an 8/9 for turn 5. It's pretty
strong. I feel like you'd have to not play any 4-drops, which means no Urds, no Necro Assassins. So
Yeah.
you could replace Urd and Necro Assassin with this and like Goblin Mount, which might be stronger. I don't know.
I feel
I
it's
don't know.
okay, but it's not quite.
I mean, Urd is pretty insane. Necro Assassin is also very good, right?
I think it's big though.
This is big, and Goblin Mount is big.
Yeah.
Right? And I was looking for a way to play Goblin Mount, but because it costs 5, I could never play it. But with this, you definitely have a huge choice to make there. It's really interesting.
Well, I don't know. This is something that requires testing, honestly. We can't just like do it by just like eye testing it. We have to actually test it, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really interesting because it opens that whole door for you. Just having this lets you make that whole shift. So
Like whole design change, right?
yeah,
It's
it's
interesting.
really, really cool card.
All right. Weird. Interesting card.
It doesn't.
A lot of random.
A lot of random.
Thing
high
is, though,
cost.
if it's the only card that you play, right, it'll give itself plus 2 to 0. So it becomes like a.
So
Honestly,
it's
is
3/2.
that so bad? It's just like you play this on turn 4, right? Usually the board's gonna be like a bunch of dorks.
You probably kill something.
I think you got a good like 55% chance of killing something.
Then you have a
And
3/2,
then-
which will kill something else.
Yeah.
So 2 for 1.
Honestly, I have no idea what to think about this card. Honestly, like I don't even know. It seems strange that Shadow has this ability, but
Yeah. It's too bad it's random enemy follower.
okay. I think if it's just any follower you want, it would be
Yeah,
too good.
just random any follower. That would be better, wouldn't it?
I don't know. This is something that I don't know.
It is a very strange shadow card. It feels like a 2 for 1 card, right?
It's just
A lot of the time.
it does, but at the same time, it's also like you just have no control over it, and so
Yeah, pretty unreliable.
see, this is what I think. This is like a good kind of RNG. You know what I mean? It's like it's not super extreme, but at the same time, it's like at least it's not like an interesting effect. So, like, I think it'd be kind of good in like an aggro shadow deck.
Yeah, I mean it's potentially a huge tempo play.
Yeah. So you can like all of a sudden give like your
I mean,
dwarfs.
if there's one enemy creature and one friendly creature, and
Yeah.
you play this, like you're getting ahead for sure.
Yeah. So this card could be not bad, you know. Very interesting. I don't know what to.
Yeah, it's not really shadow style. Like, there's no like aggro shadow decks on the ladder, is there?
No, there is
Is
one of
there?
the most. Yeah, one of the probably. I think right now the one of the toughest aggro decks is like the shadow aggro deck.
Huh.
Yeah, you gotta check out the list. It is definitely there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this might make a good addition then. Okay. 3 mana, 1/1.
Interesting.
Give everyone last words, summon a 1/1. Yeah, it's not good. I don't think that's good, right?
Could be good with ghosts, right?
Yeah, it could be good with ghosts.
You play this, then you play like Playful Necromancer.
Does anyone
Does
play
not seem
Playful
good.
Necromancer?
I've seen it, but I don't think it's as prevalent as like other of those.
What's that? What's that spell that summons all the ghosts?
Phantom Howl.
That's an 8 cost though, right?
4 cost. It's a 4 cost shadow card.
Oh, 8 cost gives them Bane?
No, that's voices of whatever. This thing. Are you thinking about this card?
Yeah, I was thinking the other one. The 2 ghosts. With
Voices
Bane, right?
Voices of Resentment?
Yeah, that's probably right.
But I see a lot of the Shadow aggro decks play this card just because usually it's just 4 mana 5/5 storm basically.
Yeah, which is pretty good, I guess. I mean, you're probably not going to wait until turn 7 and play both these, right?
No, but I don't know. I think it's interesting to have this card because the thing is, it gives itself that ability as well.
True.
It's not terrible.
Doesn't feel super strong, but not
I think there's
totally
some-
unplayable. I mean,
There's some play. There's
you're
some
right.
play
Like
there.
the ghost card could definitely. It feels more cute than actually good, though.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. That's a lot of necromancy. Like,
You got to play Burial Ground, man.
is that one every turn?
Yeah, 1 at the end of your turn.
Yeah, that's not enough. Like,
Or you got to play that other countdown amulet that gives you like a bunch of necromancy. It
like
gives you
I
a
feel
bunch
like you play this if you don't have any other necromancy spenders, and then
and even if that's the case, it's not even that good.
you play like one of this, right? Like, and then it just might be good.
Very expensive. Like I can see this triggering twice. It's a game. If you're not using any necromancy, well, actually, it'll trigger more than twice. But if that's the case, you're only getting.
It'll get the value out if you don't use any other necromancy, right? So you just play.
Would you even? It's so slow and expensive. I don't know. It's just. I don't like it.
Yeah, not too good there.
If it was Necromancy 2, I could see that, but Necromancy 4 is a lot.
Yeah. Okay.
He's like a take 2 card. If I've ever looked at this one before, it's pretty take 2y.
Yeah, not really feeling this one.
It's a good take 2 card, I think. It's like a role player in take 2. I wouldn't play this in constructed, I don't think, ever.
I mean, these things that are like last words transfer the effect, like that taunt thing.
Yeah.
I've never actually seen that.
Pale Rider, right?
Yeah, I've never actually seen that like work.
True.
Ghostly Rider.
Rider, yeah.
Like, people play this sometimes, and then that's all they play, right? Because that's the only creature they have on the board, and then
yeah.
you kill it,
This card's,
and then
this card's pretty.
it just doesn't happen,
Ugh.
right?
Yeah, it's just pretty meh. But it is Bane. Bane's a little better than Ward, maybe. I don't know. That
Like, no, like if you have like a 1/1 or something on the board, then that's pretty insane, I guess, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
right.
what happens if you give this, if you Prince Catacomb this? Does the skeleton get Bane? Probably not, right?
No.
No?
No.
Yeah.
Goblin Zombie. Let's go. Whatever. Let's move on.
Yeah.
This card
Doesn't
is
seem good.
very fillery. It's not. It's just like used to fill the set. They just needed cards. Like this card is also like good, well costed, but at the same time really expensive. For
3 mana 2/3, not terrible.
and it will use your necromancy. Like
so if you play it late game, you get it, right? So it's a 4/5, which is okay, I guess.
This is not bad.
It's like an enhance, right?
It's like flexible.
A little bit
So
flexible.
four necromancy is a lot.
And yeah, it is a lot. I mean, are you really gonna have that much excess necromancy to like get it to trigger twice?
If you're just paying a bunch of 3 mana 4/5s, it's not terrible, right? Like this thing is.
Yeah, but it's not on turn 3.
Turn 3 is turn 3 is gonna be 2-3 more often than not. The thing is, it could eat your shadow if you need it for like other stuff.
Yeah, for breadth, right?
Yeah.
Like, it seems better to save your necromancy for breath, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's not. This isn't quite as good.
This next card, I think this card is really, really good. Because it's better than the other 2 damage spell that they have. Because the other 2 damage that was forces you to use your necromancy, whereas this is kind of more flexible than that.
Yeah, the other, what's it called? I forgot.
Voices of Resentment. Voices of Resentment. I'm pretty sure, or
no.
something Resentment. Unholy Resentment. Undying Resentment.
Undying Resentment. Okay.
Yeah.
See, this often screws me up because I don't want to spend the necromancy.
But this.
But 2 mana deal 3 is arguably good enough, a lot of cases, and then enhance 7 is just flexible, right? It's great.
I think this card will probably more often than not replace the Undying.
Yeah. I don't maybe even play both of them.
I would probably rather play this card than the. It's a party. No, because zombie party.
Because if you think about it, do you need to play a 2-drop follower if you play both of these? No, right? Why even play a 2-drop follower?
I don't know. I feel like sometimes you still want to play a follower sometimes.
No. Because for the Nef deck, you don't want a follower, right? You want to play as little followers as possible. Especially the 2-drop ones. You don't want them because they don't have death rattles, right? So honestly, I am definitely gonna try playing, basically replace Unica with Zombie Party, right? And just clear his board on turn 2 and 3, right? If you have these cards on turn 3, you just kill his guy, right? And that's great. Then my Nef doesn't roll blanks, right?
True. I think this card's really good.
So the first thing I'm gonna do is definitely try running both of them. But yeah.
Cool.
Feels really good. Plus, your breath can buff these zombies if you ever get that back to back, which is you love having a 5/2/3 wards on the board. It's great. Build a wall.
Build that wall. Build that wall. This is also interesting.
Where's Dan? Are you here? Like,
Yeah.
you enjoying the show? Okay.
Not
One
seen
mana.
anything that's really jumping out at me yet.
Okay.
Yeah, but when we get to blood, I think Dan will have more to say because that's more of his
Yeah.
class.
Yeah, fair
Shadow
enough.
stuff, it's
Shadow's
just kind of
like Shadow. He doesn't really.
eh.
Frankly, I don't really care either. But
All right.
well,
Fine.
I do like zombie. I do like zombie party though. This card is just whatever. One
What
mana,
is the
1/1.
deal with these ignore wards? Do the aggro shadows use this?
I don't think Aggro Shadow has access to this ability yet, but it
No,
could.
there's something else that does this too.
Yeah, but it's not a. It's a forest card. It's not a.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, forest card does this. A 2/2 forest card.
Have you ever seen that played?
No.
No, I can't see this one being played either.
What about
Yeah.
Tyrant? Tyrant, man. Dude, Tyrant. Come on.
Yeah, the Tyrant needs ward.
No, this gives.
Or
it
to ignore ward? Yeah.
The
Well,
problem is you don't
wow.
have 11 mana because you need 10 for that other thing, right? To activate the
Yeah.
Tyrant.
Yeah.
So, still though, that would be pretty clutch.
Can we
if you-
let's move on. I want to get to legendary. Screw this card.
All right, blood. Here you go.
Oh yeah. Look at that board.
See, this card is interesting.
It's not really aggro blood though. It's definitely control blood.
This card's pretty scary.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
What is this thing?
It's pretty damn good.
This thing's
There.
this is a monster.
Like 8 mana, 25 board.
Still, I mean, are you really gonna have Vengeance active?
It's in control blood. You could, yeah.
Good. But because these things don't get ward,
They're
be
just
pretty worried about dying
Yeah.
the turn after.
a lot of guys though.
I'm gonna tyrant you. As soon as you play this card, I'm gonna tyrant.
Yeah.
It's just soft to Bahamut. It's just soft to like Bahamut. You know?
Yeah. I mean, okay, so
Yeah.
is Vengeance... I mean, I feel like how many Vengeance activates do you actually get per game? Like one?
In against
Or-
control blood. Control blood, you could see, right? Like sometimes like it depends on what it's an interesting kind of a game that you have to play, right? And
Because
it's
you
really
damage yourself
situational.
and heal yourself, right?
Yeah,
So like,
and also like the player, like sometimes the opponent doesn't put you to vengeance, you know. And,
yeah, like I
yeah.
don't even hit blood ever when I'm playing against
Yeah,
you.
well, it's an interesting dynamic, you know. I really like that kind of play, you know, because sometimes at the same time you can't just never hit them because at some point you do have to kill them.
Yep.
But
No, but
so-
I just wait until I have like 2 Mordecais on the board before I hit a face. So
okay, well, yeah, I guess you have Mordecai. And Mordecai's a little different. but
Yeah. I feel like this is a really strong option though.
it is. Yeah, this is a powerful option. I think this card is. What can you say, right? It's just fill the board with a bunch of meat, and then
I mean,
go
it's
at it.
definitely a lot of value for one card.
Yeah.
Can't really complain that much. I mean, it's vulnerable to Bahamut, sure, but what isn't, right?
Mordecai.
Yeah, I guess. But then
All
again,
right.
this is not vulnerable to Odin, so
Yeah.
Yep.
Rock,
You're
paper,
good.
scissors. Oh, look at this. Interesting. So you just
Wow.
basically.
It
What do you think of
gives
this card?
you vengeance, but
do you want Vengeance on turn 4?
I mean it's pretty safe to be at vengeance at turn 4.
Yeah, because they can't kill you, right?
Generally they can't.
What
It's
are you
pretty
playing
hard
on
to.
turn 5? Can you what's your activated Vengeance thing on turn 5?
You play like Righteous Devil. It's the 4-drop. There's a 4-drop that has. Righteous Devil.
Drain.
Bane and Drain.
Bane and Drain. Okay, you're not gonna play that. There's got to be something better than that.
For 5?
That's pretty good.
The Bane Rate 4/7, man. What are you complaining about? Beast Dominator's not bad. Beast Dominator. The 5 mana 6/6.
Wait, what?
But it also has sexy art. With the Belphegor sexy art, you just too much sexy and
So much life.
Wait. This wording
so much,
is confusing.
So much thigh.
This. When does it get -2? Always.
It's like after if deal 2 damage to your leader if vengeance knocked, then give it. So you have to deal damage to your.
So it's
only
if
you don't. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Why is there a period there?
I don't know.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. Look at all that thigh, man. How can you lose with that much thigh
Yeah.
in play?
Distracting.
Okay,
thigh
so what? A 5 mana 6/6? Is that the best you can
It's
do?
a thigh mana.
Shut up.
Yeah, you're not gonna play
Drain.
God Gluttonous Gorger on. I don't know. It's.
Oh, this thing's good. This is good, right?
Yeah.
Do you ever play this?
I've never seen that played against me. No, I've never had that played against me.
This would be.
I mean-
this is decent on turn 5 after.
And it
Oh,
also has
for gore,
thighs,
right?
so that's good.
Shut up.
I don't think that getting Vengeance on turn 5.
This thing's pretty good too,
You don't have to worry about what you're playing.
but it doesn't have any
Like,
thighs, so that doesn't work.
there's a lot of stuff with Vengeance that isn't 5
Right,
mana.
so you're looking at like turn 10 plays.
And I mean the
right?
fact that you're drawing 2 cards too, like you could be drawing like.
Then you gotta look at the
2
card. What's it called? Azazel. Look up Azazel. I don't know, people seeing cards. Azazel. AZAZEL. Search
Oh
it. I
man,
don't
there's a
know what
lot
you
of.
call
Yeah, I mean in general, it's a 4/4 for 4, and you draw 2 cards.
it. I don't know
Like,
what this card does.
that's-
There's people
that's
talking
really
about
nice.
this card. Like,
Wow. Have you ever seen this played? I haven't seen this before.
Yeah, I played it in Take 2.
there's people saying that there's this card. There's like a combo with this card and. Never mind. It's not this card. It's another card. But this card is interesting, just because they have so much thigh. You know, that's a big deal.
Well, if you have 10 damage on board, this card's pretty good.
I'm sure people are gonna play Belphegor for sure.
Yeah, I mean, drawing 2 cards is insane, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, activating Vengeance has got to be good somewhere.
Yeah,
like even
free-
if you
free
play this on
revelations,
turn
man.
10, right? Like
There's actually a lot of cards that get drain the second you hit Vengeance.
and that's
so-
even if they're already on the board, right?
Yeah, generally you're fine.
Not to Albert, you're not.
No, you're fine to Albert too.
Oh, really?
Maybe not like a turn 9 Albert, but I mean the turn 5 Albert. Yeah, you take 5 damage. Sure.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. This card's interesting. I think there's
Yeah,
there's some
it
good
It
design.
seems
We'll see.
definitely playable.
Yeah,
yeah.
there's some good design space here. Oh,
Okay.
this card is like.
Oh yeah.
with
I
the
mean,
bats.
is it better than Imp Lancer?
I don't know why you have to play both. You can play both, man. Why do you have to mutually exclusive? What is that, man? You can play both, man. This card is fucking sweet. Huge.
It's really just a question of what do you take out of the deck. Just like more like
I don't know.
2 or
You probably
3
can.
or 4
You can
drops?
slim it. You can.
So is Implanter like your most expensive card in Aggro Blood?
Yes. Other
Yeah.
than Demonic Storm.
I mean, it's pretty low damage, right? Implanter is.
It's really haven't evolved.
I
for
mean,
it since 5.
your finisher is deal 3. Like,
Well,
it doesn't
five.
seem very good. Well,
Deal
sure,
5 with an evolve.
Yeah.
But this thing can probably deal like 8. Like, I don't think with too much work you could deal 8 if you evolve.
You have a couple
Like-
things on board, trade him out
Yeah,
into
you
his
just
thing,
trade some
and then
trade some bats. I don't know. It's like
yeah,
I think this card. I'm actually kind of scared of this
it's
card. Honestly.
it's a little bit heavier of a top end if you want to go for that, right? It's a good option to have.
fairly sure after as many matches as I've done, turn 5 is probably the highest percentage of kills, and
You discuss.
I'm
about-
sure
what
like turn
what
6,
about-
turn
what about
7
me?
are pretty
What
close.
about against me, Dan?
Yeah, sure. Maybe not against you, but like I've literally only seen the one turn 4 kill. Turn 5 is like literally 80% of the kills. Like turn 6
What the fuck are
is
your
the
opponents
rest.
doing, honestly?
You're so disgraceful. All right. Anyway, it's a nice alternative to Implancer, right? It's nice to have the option to kind of choose or like maybe
It's
play
not
some
a
of
replacement
both.
to Implancer, but
No, it's an
I
it's an
feel like-
alternative, right?
the meta
feel like it could be better
demands,
than-
I
I could-
think you could definitely play both.
This card's better than Imps Lancer, but what about this card?
Wow. That's interesting.
That's interesting. I like
turn
the
every
4
lamp-
countdown for sure.
Turn all your non-basics into mountains.
I mean, you're getting a lot of drain activation, right? Out of a lot of cards, right?
Yeah.
But you don't really need drain, maybe.
Not enough thigh though. That's the problem.
I think it's a very broad-shouldered turn 3 card. I mean, if
Now,
you look
okay,
at the
wait,
cards
so-
available, there are very many good 3 drops.
Okay, but play this on. This is like that other 4-drop where it activates something.
Oh,
Right, on turn 10.
Minth, right? The
So like
What's
on
it
turn 10, you can activate your 7 drops with this card, right?
what 7 drops are there with?
Deal 5 damage to any follower. Wow, that's pretty nice.
Oh yeah, the beast thing. Yeah, but it's not as good as 13/13 Storm. Come on.
Yeah, it's fine.
This card is interesting.
I feel like it's not a turn 3 play, right?
What about this card? Would this card be good with Blood Moon? Yeah.
Not, I mean, I don't know what's the sickest vengeance combo? Like, what are you
Revelation,
really
probably.
looking to get?
You want to hit this?
Yeah,
Revelation.
Play Revelation, really.
Right.
Oh,
Which
you
is
won.
it goes to 4, right?
Yeah.
So turn 7, you could Revelation with this, right?
Now you can turn 4.
Woo.
Right.
Return 7 Revelation on an
Well,
8
you
cost
could
card.
turn 4, 5, and 6 Revelation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Seems good.
Seems like a pretty good play.
Just 3 of that. 3 of that.
Yeah. I don't know. This I don't.
This just
It's
seems
too
like-
conditional, right? Like it's
Yeah,
just. It's not like you have to have the right stuff in hand for this to actually be
It
effective.
doesn't feel
so.
tier 1. It
And
feels like a tier
it's
2
pretty
kind of
big
card.
tempo loss too.
I could see a one of if you had some kind of end game combo where you required vengeance and it was like you could like combo this with something that costs 10 mana or less, and you just search your deck for that combo and then do it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean, if you just pick it up, like it's pretty dead on the draw. Like when you're in turn 10, hoping for a top deck.
yeah, that'd
Yeah.
be terrible.
Yeah.
Alright, whatever. Screw that card. Wait.
What? If? What
Yeah,
does that mean?
This is a little bit of an odd card.
So does it mean you have to target this if you can't target? So this is basically like you must target this card before you can target your other cards, right?
Right.
And if
So
it's the only
it's
thing
like
out, then
it's
you
like
just
spell
take it out.
ward.
Kind of, yeah.
Spell ward. Yeah.
That's interesting.
That seems pretty good, doesn't it?
Yeah,
think
but
That seems
look
good
at me.
to me.
You can still be just traded by creatures, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, the biggest problem is trading by creatures. This doesn't help that issue, so
No, but this is so like I have that ghost hound thing from Mordecai, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like
This
that,
is
yeah.
like that
But it's
because this blocks Odin, right?
yeah, but Odin's not nearly as good against blood as it is against shadow.
No, but this blocks assassinates of any kind, right? Like you can't
Kind of.
you
Yeah.
can't do a 5 mana assassinate on your big creature if you play this guy, right?
True. True.
So
The thing
it's like Ghost Hound for my Mordecai when they have Odin.
But the thing
It's
is,
the same thing.
it's yeah, it's narrow.
I mean, best case scenario, this is gonna protect your Vania from a spell
Yeah, I guess so.
on turn 4, but aside from that, that's all it's gonna do.
I don't know. This card's kind of it's like all right, I guess. But I don't think it's not as powerful as
I mean, Vania does a lot of damage to me sometimes.
It can, yeah.
I don't think it's a
But I
role.
mean, they're,
It's a
they're
role
just
play.
they're just gonna kill the Vania and then kill this dude. So I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, it still leaves you vulnerable to followers, and
Maybe a one of.
yeah, maybe I could see it being
Like in certain situations, it can be game winning,
Yeah.
right?
yeah.
So it's really just it's nice to have options in hand. And I mean, worst comes to worst, it's 2 mana 2/2. It's not that bad. So
Yeah, I agree. It's not terrible.
very interesting card. I like it.
Lad.
Vlad is bad.
Lad is bad.
I mean, I read it, I see it, and it's just not impressive.
Well, it's kind of
It's
a
not
sweeper.
that bad. Oh wait, you have to be evolved. Never mind, that's pretty
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad. Yeah, not digging it. I don't like evolved dependent
It
effects.
should be a 5 cost for 6/6, and then I'd be like, oh yeah.
Okay,
Okay, come on, dude.
Okay,
relax.
this thing though, this thing is good.
Okay,
Huh.
5 mana 3/4 fanfare.
That puts a two drop into play.
No, it can put 2.
If you have
Two
vengeance,
drops.
yeah.
So you play that 4 mana reduce to 10 life thing, and then you play this, right?
You get a bunch of 2/2s.
That's a lot of tempo.
That is
And
that is
he-
a huge turn 5.
Yeah. Well, it better be, because you're at 10
Yeah.
life.
It is pretty cool. What are the best 2-drops you can get? You get Vanya, you get Urias. There's a lot of good 2-drops you can get. You can get the Wolf.
Oh man,
Yeah.
Vanya and Urias, and then you're like putting bats in. Oh man.
Cause pretty interesting. I like it.
Yeah, I
Seems-
think it'll see some play.
Pretty aggro, right?
All right.
Okay. Bafflement.
Yeah, I like this thing too.
This is the combo, right? You play this with the Azazel or whatever. And then you get this card, get Azazel, and then evolve it.
With at least 5 attack. Yeah.
So your Azazel becomes 5 cost.
What's the
mean,
combo? Somebody said a combo you can do. You can like kill someone with this. You can like put some.
there's got to be other things you can search up, but I mean, the variety you can have is pretty nice. Like, because most decks just use Implancer, which is just a 3, right? So I mean, a one
But
of
you have to have
like
5 attack.
tool
Though.
search.
You have to have at least 5 attack though. Implancer doesn't have 5 attack.
Yeah, exactly. So it won't search Implancer, but that's the only downside to this card is literally just the 2/1.
It's a pretty big
Like,
downside.
because it's gonna get pinged by, that angel card.
I mean, what are you looking to draw here?
There was a combo here. I can't remember what it was though. The storm.
Attack more than 5. Oh shit!
Zazzle.
Wow, there's only one page of cards.
I think
Well,
you
you can get neutrals too, right?
I don't know. There's a lot of stuff in that page right there that I'm looking at and I'm like, yeah, pretty damn good. But it has to be Bloodcraft. It can't be neutral.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right.
So what you get?
I mean, what do you want to get?
Like you have to get something with 5 mana because that's kind of like the combo, right? You get 2 mana and then you get something with 5, so then it becomes a
Like,
3 less.
What would you want to get?
So you can get I mean, you can get any 9 or 8s, and you can play it on turn 6, right? Oh, unless you're thinking turn 10. I see.
Because you have to enhance it, right? Because
Yeah.
it reduces the cost if you enhance it. So if you go like,
So you're looking at like an 8-drop. Deal 1 damage.
what was the combo? There was a combo here. You can get a Zazzle.
Yeah, but
Yeah, and that's pretty much all I can see.
so on turn 10, you can reduce his thing to 10, but you'd have to have 10 power on board and Baphomet in hand, right? Which seems unlikely.
Yeah, let me look it up.
Yeah, for whatever reason, it doesn't look as powerful as when I first seen it. But, I mean, it still is a toolbox search, right?
Yeah. So I mean, it draws a big dude, basically.
Yeah.
Which
Well, it's something
can
that
be
you'd
good.
only have a 1 of to just finish the game. So you'd hope it has Storm at least.
Yeah. There's nothing?
Yeah.
There's no storms with more than 5. So
Yeah, there
Yeah,
isn't.
probably not.
yeah. I mean, maybe Azazel, right? Azazel seems like there might be something, because you can reduce his health to 10 on turn 10, like for sure.
The only problem with that is if it's an aggro deck, they're probably already at 10 or lower.
True.
Alright, whatever. Let's go to the next card.
Yeah.
Because this card has a lot of play to it, and honestly... I don't
Conditional
really-
draw. There's probably something.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if not now, in the future, definitely could be. It's really bad stats though. So you better have a plan if you're playing this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, 2 mana countdown 5, that's pretty rare.
This card's interesting.
Whenever your leader takes damage, reduce the damage to 0 and subtract the same amount from this amulet's countdown instead. So it's like a ward? Or like a...
Yeah,
it's like health
a
pool.
shield.
It's like
A
a
shield.
like a mana shield, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a mana shield. It's not bad. It's 2 mana. It's pretty good, I think.
And you can't stack them.
I mean,
Okay.
That means if
What
you
I-
do stuff like vengeance stuff, like you could prevent that.
So
right?
it's a 2 mana heal 5, right?
It's better than a heal 5, I think. Because in that, like, if you get hit by something like bigger than 5, it's not going to trample, right? Because it reduces the
Okay.
damage to 0.
Yeah, but it also is less than 5 if you don't get it in the face. For a while, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
What I don't understand about this is, like, the control blood wants to take damage.
Yeah, so you
Until
play this
10,
you
and
play
then
this
you
when
play
you
it.
hit 10, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's really cool. Yeah, because like if he plays an 8/8 when you're at 10, then you just play this, right? And he can't get you. For 5 turns, he can't hit you in the face, right? Because there's no trample.
Yeah. Well, if he hits you with like 3, and then it's like, okay, it goes down to 2. It does mitigate a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Well, it mitigates 5 and then 4
It
and
mitigates a
3.
big hit. So that's really good for blood, isn't it?
Yeah, I think
Seems
so.
really
I think
good.
it's a really.
It's
just
like
a good
it's like an
card to
ice
have.
block in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Because you could play this
And
when
it's
you're at
also
like
really good against
when you're at like 3 health. You could play it too, right?
It's also really good against like OTK decks. Right? It's really good against Roach. It's
Yeah.
really good against playing like the Dimension Shift decks. This card, it's like a really good defensive option for sure. Yeah. Very interesting. Like I'd have to see it in play first. Like my gut reaction says this card is like
Not
it's
a
really, really
not a 3 of probably.
It's really solid though. It really adds a lot to this.
It's a really annoying card.
It's a really annoying card, but I want to see if that annoyingness is actually going to translate into like games won. But
It would.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be a very slow kind of vengeance-y deck.
it definitely
right?
saves. It'll save a lot of damage. Just playing them on the turn 2, like against an aggro deck, right? Like the aggro deck has to like attack through it basically. So
Yeah.
it's just a lot of time that you save basically. Not to mention
Yeah.
it's also really good against like really big hits too, right? Like this will soak up a Bahamut hit.
Yeah. And it soaks a little bit of that, like, Albert Rush.
Yeah, it's actually
Proactive, right?
This soaks up
Yeah.
a lot of damage. Like this can prevent a lot of stuff from happening.
Yeah, I was
from
gonna
going
say
up.
it's like the forest like prevent enemy guy from attacking stuff, except it's proactive. So the guy doesn't.
Yeah.
The guy could be an Albert, and it still protects you from his first hit, right?
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, cool card. I would expect it to be played in Control Blood, especially
Yeah.
Control Blood that plays
A little
like
bit.
that reduce your health to 10 kind of deck, right? Like those
Yeah.
decks that count on being in vengeance all the time and they deliberately hurt themselves. This seems like a great way to compensate for that, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
expansive. Very expensive.
Yeah. Probably too expensive.
Yeah, I think so.
Why isn't that to an enemy? Why does it have to be an enemy? I don't get that.
Can't shoot face.
Can't you
Yeah,
face it, man? It's
that's-
stolen life. You
That's
guys,
painful. You know, if it was to the face, I could see it being playable. But
It's
without
like a 6
that,
mana, 6 damage
probably
face,
not.
right?
No.
Yeah. Two conditional. Like you have to have an enemy with 3 or less health, and you have to have a allied follower in play. And it costs 6 mana, so you can't really play an allied follower on the same turn a lot of the time. Yeah, too expensive, right?
Yeah.
It's bronze.
Four mana, 2/5 Clash. Gain Bane until the end of turn if an enemy follower has ward.
The fuck?
Clash, gain Bane.
If the enemy fires.
So it kills any ward guy,
Yeah.
right? Because you're gonna attack into the ward guy.
Yeah, so just.
So it's a ward killer.
Yep, just goes after them wards.
4 mana,
man.
2/5. Is that? I mean, that's reasonable, right?
Yeah.
What are the? We've seen a bunch of 4 mana, 2/5s, right? The forest
And they usually have ward.
Yeah. What was the
I don't know.
effect on the forest and the dragon one?
Well, the forest one became a 1 cost if you played something with 6 PP or higher, and the dragon one gained power if you didn't use play points. It got bigger.
Yeah, I feel
Whereas
like
this card
one's
is-
So
probably
this
the
is
weakest
this
of
is
the
the
three.
worst of the 3, right?
Short end of the stick here.
Yeah. If this was a 3 cost, then it would be playable.
A
But
3 and a
as a
2/5.
4, I feel like it's a little overcost.
Okay,
for
but
its
still,
abilities.
the point stands that a 4 mana,
Ew.
2/5 is really good stats for evolving, right?
Yeah, and it gets Bane if the guy has ward, which isn't
I mean,
irrelevant.
it
But
might happen, but
alright, whatever.
yeah.
This card is
yeah,
this card, I don't think you
pretty-
play this in constructed. This card is very take 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Oh, this is a what's it called? The mini mech.
Right.
Bad mini-mech. If it was a 1 cost, I'd be like, holy shit.
Oh, it's 3 mana. Oh, I thought this was 2 mana. This is
Yeah.
1 cost. Come on, dude.
Hey, man. I'm just saying.
You gotta relax.
You want it to be good,
You gotta-
or do you want to
you
be
gotta-
like
Gotta
unplayable?
take it easy. Yeah, this card's pretty mama. It's very mediocre.
Don't like it.
Yeah,
Although it has to be killed, kind of. So
this card though.
wait, what? This card is so good.
1/4
you
ward for
kidding
2.
me? They want to hurt themselves. That's not a debuff. That's a good thing.
Okay, if
Yeah.
we compare this to the one undying card,
Spartois?
Spartois, yeah. Spartois is 3 mana, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this thing's 2.
Yeah.
This thing's pretty solid.
This is
Except you
so
don't get the
good.
shadows, right?
Well, you kind of get your own shadow kind. I mean, you
Oh,
get yourself closer
The
to
damage
vengeance.
to leader,
right?
yeah.
I mean, this seems pretty good.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
still trades against 2/2s, which is not ideal, but
But, I mean, it does what it
a
does.
2 mana 1/4 ward. Like, what do you want? It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
All right, Haven. I guess I'll stop the recording.
Okay.
Sure.